How y'all doing? It's Judge Lynn. Oh, stop it. It's Judge Lynn. I'm out here. I hope you are having a soft, soulful Sunday. Because I'm out here all unregulated. I was looking through my house. I have bought another. I bought another house. Not another house, but it's like a store. And this is what I think I'm gonna charge up electrically. And I need to get off of all of this miniature stuff. So I'm kind of losing my mind with it a little bit. And the thing is, I get so interested and so excited about some things, and I get all worked up, and then I overdo, and then I can't stand it no more. Like certain foods, I'll eat them till I can't eat them ever again in life. So there you go. So that was what I wanted to do today. I have a bird feeder in the back, and it's a bird feeder that is Wi-Fi hooked up to my phone. And what happens is you put the bird feed food in there, and the birds come up. And when the birds come up, you get a notification on your phone, and you can look and see the birds. And then you can press a button, and that button tells you what kind of bird it is. Now, I've had this out there forever because my son, Xavier, enjoys looking at birds, and so do I. We both enjoy looking at birds. And I almost did it, and then I remember when my first husband, I only had the one. When my husband passed, he told me get a dog. He didn't talk. He wasn't talking about you, Dad. He wasn't talking about you at all. You want to say hello to the people? You want to say hello to the people? There you go. No, I do not want to play ball right now. No, just be cool, be cool, be cool. I'm trying to try to tell the people about your predecessor. Trying to tell people about your predecessor. But anyway, so when he first passed, he had always told me. One night he just sat up in bed years ago and said, if something ever happens to me, you got to get a dog. So I was all, might I recommend to new widows, don't make no major decisions. Like, just don't do anything for a week. Just because I did a lot of dumb stuff that first week. If you don't stop. Um, so I went out, me and my son, and not the I have one son who has a terrific memory, and he's a problem finder like his mother. I'm a problem finder, but he searches through the details of any deal to find where there might be an issue, real or not real. But he's like me that. No, I took the son who thinks everything that sounds like fun is a good idea. So he and I get in the car. We go all the way to this rescue because I found a rescue that had the biggest rescue I could find so I could have the biggest selection of dogs. We go in there. I'm like a weak widow. I'm just a crazy person. And we go in there and we see these dog and when I see this dog and she's I can't have a puppy because I need a dog that was big enough to make me feel safe. So I got one that was like 8, 9 months old. And I get this dog. She seemed cool. We named her Tess. We brought her home. The dog was out of its mind. I was out of my mind. I downloaded whatever crazy she had on top of her crazy. Now this is how stupid I was. First of all, the dog was a black-mouthed cur. Have you ever heard of black-mouthed curs? I never have. They go after small game. That's what they were bred for. And had I called number three son, who breeds dogs, I'd have known that. But nope, wasn't thinking. Brought the dog home. I had three cats. Bob, tail, because he had no tail. His tail was cut off. He only had one eye. He was the brave one. He'd do anything. There was Red, the smart cat. She was my favorite. He, they were all dudes, I think. And 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 Longtail, because his tail was long. Bought the dog home. Took a beeline after all of the cats. They scattered. Bobcat was the last one running, just running, and he got up a tree. So I said, "Oh Lord, what have I done?" So I had to take all the cats and make my son take them. My other son that lives in the other house, and he don't like animals. I was like, "Look, I'm not giving the cats up, and I got this dog, and I don't know what to do." And Longtail ran away. Bobcat stayed up into the tree till somebody came and got her, and then took him over there. And I caught Red. So Red and Bob went over there. And then Longtail couldn't find her anywhere. 3 days later, skinny, skinny, just the cat hadn't eaten. He was in there, and he was mad and scratching. And I grabbed her. She and I called my son through the cat in the car and took him over to my other son's house. But anyway, that dog was crazy. And I downloaded whatever insanity I was going through on at the time. The reason I'm going into this story was because I bought some more bird food for the bird feeder, right? But when I had the bird feeder when I had Tess, and Tess took to killing all the birds. And I mean, like every day, she would bring a dead bird in the house, or a dead bird body, or a dead bird head. And then I'd find it that I know there's a dead bird head or a dead bird body somewhere else in the house. It was just gross. And I mean, every day. And I know everybody gonna tell she was trying to bring. I don't care. I don't want no dead birds in my house. And so she couldn't have the lights off. You couldn't watch TV with the lights off because she would see the thing on the scripter. I kept that dog for a year. Tore up my shoes. It chewed into my Android. It ate up glasses for a year, and I would just scream and scream and scream and scream and scream at the dog after about 6 months because the dog would never do anything right. And I took her to 4 different trainers. One of them refused to return. Two of them refused to return. One guy, he trained wolves, and he was cool. He could do something with it, but I got home, could not reproduce his what he was able to do at all. And I don't know why I went into all that, but I was getting ready to put more board. Oh, I know why. I was getting ready to put more bird seed out there because there's this new bird out there that's long and black, and I think it's got a real pretty blue stripe on it, and I really want to see it. But then I bought the bird food, and I thought, well, I got 2 dogs, and Decker has brought one dead bird in the house, so I'm thinking maybe that's not something I should do, but I don't really know. Uh, Oh, I want to say something about I figured out a new way for you to ask me questions, and I hope this is going to work. Now, below here, there's going to be a tree. It says link tree. And it's going to say my stuff, colon, link tree. And it's going to be clickable. You click on that, and the first thing on the top of it says Ask Judge Lynn. You click that, go straight to the email. So let's see if that works because the IG thing didn't work. And me just saying the stupid address, which was stupid, didn't work either. But I want to say something when I'm leaving the house more, which is very, very important. But when you leave the house, you have to learn something. Do you hear this over here? Ooh, ooh, she is mad. What did you do? Bared her teeth and everything. So I went to high. I want to go out and I want the experience to be a good one. So I was driving and I use my clicker, my turn signal in the parking lot because I figure the more people who know where I'm headed, the less likely we'll run into each other when I get there. So, but people don't pay attention like that at the parking lot. People just do things. And so I was on and I was going this way, and this lady comes in head first, right to me, and I had to slam on my brakes. And I was like, "What's she doing on this side?" And then she went, there was a parallel parking right there. And she was so fast, and the space was just that big. Boop, I was like, "You go, girl." I was so impressed by her parking skills. I couldn't, I couldn't, I couldn't be mad. I never seen nobody park that quickly and that well. And it was a young chick, a young Asian chick. And I always, people always have these stereotypes about women and Asians can't drive. I love it when somebody does to a stereotype. I really do. I really do. So at that moment, I said, you know what? I'm not going to be upset about getting cut off. I'm going to just be impressed by her ability to parallel park. I could never parallel park. Even when I had my driving test, I was supposed to parallel park. He gave me 6 chances, and the last one was like a foot away, and he said, "Oh, okay." He had no business giving me a driver's license, but he did. I drive much way better now, but when I was 16, I did not have any. You had to have a 75 or above to pass the test. He gave me a 76, and he just did it because he liked me. I'm telling you, I had no business. But I was like 50 years ago. Now, much better. But hey, it's gonna knock me out the room and whatnot. But anyway, so what was I talking about? I had a buffering period because I had to go back. I'd had to stop the recording and go back and look at what I was saying because I had absolutely no idea what I was talking about. But I was talking about being in the parking lot because I was going to Hobby Lobby. I love it in Hobby Lobby. It's a good thing that Hobby Lobby closed on a Sunday because that's exactly where I'd be. But anyway, uh, so I did that and I said, you know what? This is how I'm going to take that. That's wonderful. It on a stereotype and I was impressed by her abilities. Easily entertained, joy over the dumb stuff. So, as a reward, I do believe God sent this next lady to me. I parked the car, I went in, I got exactly what I needed, and I did not linger. I did not linger. I tell you why I didn't linger because I had been to the grocery store before and I had milk in the car, so I didn't have that kind of time, but I knew exactly what I needed. Some glue and some of these little pieces parts. And so as I got them, rushing in, there wasn't a long line rushing out. And I said, yeah, my milk's going to be good because it's like 110 out here. Not 110, it's been like 105. So I don't know. But anyway, I did that. And then what? Oh, I'm leaving the store. And this lady walks up to me and says, hey, how are you? And at first I thought, oh, she recognized me. And I said, how you doing? She says, you want to know something? I said, what? She says, I woke up pain free. And I'm just so happy. And I just wanted to say, I hope you're happy, and I'm going to make this is going to be a great day, and I just wanted to make friends with everybody I saw, and I said, well, and we just had a little lovely little conversation. She was pain free, and that says something. You know what I mean? How often I don't acknowledge pain free or grief lighter or small problem, not a big one, because I have enough money to pay for it. I'm comfortable. I'm frugal, but I have enough to, if somebody needs something, my family or whatever, this and that, I'm okay. And I have forgotten to remind myself of all that positive. And that chick woke up to pain free. I am pain free. I've had sciatica. I've been on the floor for a week thinking, ah. And I should appreciate the fact that I don't have it right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Instead of missing my regulator. And when I say regulator, I don't mean in charge. I mean, he was like, he's your universe, baby. Have at it. But I've got the corners and I've got the walls. He was like the cushions on the walls of my universe. So when things would get weird, he was right there to unweird them. But anyway, so anyway, I would like y'all to ask me questions because I do enjoy answering them. Oh, okay. I write notes now, and that even didn't help me. I still had to buffer. But anyway, uh, I do love enjoy answering questions, and some of y'all really funny. So if you go on my link tree, click, and then click, it comes right up, so you don't have to do a whole lot of extra work. Because I realized what I was asking you to do was a whole lot of extra work, and I know me, I won't do a whole lot of extra work if I don't have to. Little bit lazy, just a wee taste. Y'all have a wonderful day. I got to reconsider whether or not I'm gonna do this. Only thing worse than not being able to enjoy the flora and the fauna of your home is to injure that fauna. And I don't want a whole bunch of dead birds in my house. He just like throws the ball in my lap. Woo! I didn't mean for all that to happen. The crew just staring at me like, chick, what you doing talking to these people that don't even live here? Look at that. Well, we could be going out and playing. You want to go out? Hmm? Oh, my. And she got focus. You just aggressive. Seats. Okay. Hey, hey. I have lost control over the entire situation. Listen, y'all have a good day. I'm going to go out and play ball with these peoples before they tear me up. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Bye.